child's account, credit card account, payroll account, even merchant services account. They were all held by Bank of America. For no reason, Bank of America profiled me and they froze all accounts, giving the impression that I'm either a criminal or I have engaged in any illegal activities. Let it be clear, my contention is not that Bank of America closed the account. Based on the deposit agreement between us that I signed when I opened the account, I'm aware that Bank of America can close the account the same way I also have a right to close the account. However, in this case, what Bank of America did was to freeze my account. That is different from closing an account. All the checks that were out, they didn't give me any notice so as to quickly move my funds to a different bank. There was no notice. All the checks that were out, they were returned. And guess what? Bank of America wrote at the back of each of the checks, account frozen, account blocked, giving the impression that I have engaged in a form of illegal activities or have done something illegal with the account. Even we have clients whose cases were pending, whose cases were filed with United States Citizenship and Immigration Services. All these payments were not honored. I have checks written to other commercial entities. These checks were not only dishonored, but they wrote at the back of it, account frozen. The question is, what authority does the Bank of America have to freeze an account? They could have relied on deposit agreement if the deposit agreement allowed them to freeze the account. In my case, the deposit agreement does not allow them to freeze my account because Bank of America was also handling our payroll through Intuit. Can you see the extent of the illegal activities of Bank of America? Checks were returned with a caption, account frozen. Personal checks were returned with a caption, account frozen. Business checks were returned with a caption, account frozen. Checks to immigration were returned with a caption, account frozen. Based on what? What illegal activities have I committed? I filed a lawsuit immediately against Bank of America because when I discovered that all my accounts were frozen, I went physically to a Bank of America branch to at least cash some money to kind of alleviate the hardship that the freezing was going to take me through. But guess what? They could not give me any money, stating that my account has been frozen. Bank of America does not have any such authority. I filed a lawsuit. They contended that they have the authority to freeze the account, relying on the deposit agreement. But it is very clear. The deposit agreement clearly shows that Bank of America or me as a customer, either of us could close the account. The deposit agreement does not allow them to freeze my account. There is a major difference between account freezing and account closure. It is completely different. Will Bank of America have done this if I was a white guy? I don't think so. I don't think so. For as long as I live, I am going to do everything humanly possible within my power to fight this injustice. I am going to mobilize Americans. I am going to influence the Congress to pass a law to deal with these illegal activities. If a private company too big to fail, a bank that relied on our taxpayer money to survive during the Depression, if this bank can go this far without curtailment, then we ordinary Americans, we are in big shit, we are in big trouble. I am going to dedicate the rest of my life to fight this type of injustice from Bank of America. The case is still pending in court, but irrespective of the outcome, first and foremost, I'm going to fight the case to a logical conclusion. Of course, I'm a lawyer. I'm not afraid of litigation. That's what I do for a living. I'm going to fight it to a logical conclusion. But in addition, I am going to influence governmental changes to deal with this. America is a free country. America is a country of law and order. America is a country where nobody, no organization, no matter how big, can act above the law. Bank of America is acting above the law. You can either take such an action based on contract. My contract with Bank of America does not have any provision that authorizes them to freeze my account. Again, I'm not complaining about closing my account. They have a right to close the account. I also have a right to close the account. But what they did was not to close my account, but to freeze my account. They do not have such power because I have not engaged in any illegal activities. Even in their defense in court, Bank of America has not alleged any illegal activities. They did not accuse me of doing anything, any illegal transaction on my account. They admitted that they do not have any court order to freeze my account. The only thing they were doing, they were trying to confuse the court to argue that they have a right to close the account, which is not an issue. There is a difference between account closure and account freezing. My contention is that Bank of America needs to be called to order. America is a country of law. Nobody, no individual, no corporation is above the law. And we are going to fight this. I know I'm not the only victim here. I know Bank of America has been doing this, but this has to stop. The government needs to intervene, and we are going to push. I am going to mobilize every resources against Bank of America. I'm going to mobilize every resources to ensure that Congress come up with a law. Help is on the way. Help is on the way. I look forward to other activities. There will be a follow-up to this.